After years of development, 2xKO is finally here, and with that I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to create a guide for beginners and help them make it over the initial hurdle that comes with fighting games. In this guide, I will be going over everything that you need to know to get started with 2xKO, and also some additional tips that will help you along the way. So without further ado, let's get right into it. When you open up 2xKO for the first time, you will be greeted with the game's tutorial, teaching you the very basics of fighting games such as movement, blocking, and normal attacks. Speaking of normal attacks, what is the language of 2xKO and how does it work? You have light attack, medium attack, heavy attack, special 1, special 2, tag, and dash. These are the buttons you will use in the game, and the abbreviations for it can all be found on the virtual controller in training mode. Next, let's talk about numpad notation. As the name suggests, numpad notation refers to a numpad on your keyboard. For example, 5H into 2H means standing heavy into crouching heavy. Since 5 refers to neutral in fighting games, you only have to use the button in order to get it rather than move your stick. Unlike 3H, for example, which means you have to hold forward and press the button to activate it. If we combine numpad notation with the language of the game, we get combo notations. Here's an example beginner combo that pretty much any character can use in the game. This should at least give you a rough idea how the language of fighting games work and give you a better understanding when seeing posts online with tons of seemingly random numbers and letters. As for the control settings, here are the ones that I personally recommend and why. We're going to turn post combo off. Post combo are just auto combos, you don't need them, they are honestly just unnecessary and teach you bad habits, please just turn them off. Profile, you can choose whatever you want, doesn't matter. For advanced controls, if you're somebody who is a stick user or an analog stick user, please make sure to up your dead zone by quite a lot. The original dead zone is around like 0.2, I have it on 0.55 for my own controller. You just gotta do whatever fits best. You can test controls right here in order to see if like the buttons are actually making sense and you're able to like put it in on time, but overall just make sure to put in the dead zone correctly. As for the editing controls, the one thing I am highly suggesting you that you have to do is please, for the love of God, do not get rid of the dash macro. The dash macro is one of the most important things in this fighting game, or just in fighting games in general. Dash macro is way better than doing the manual dash or even using L plus M. Just use the dash macro, it is much better. I for myself have my controls set like this. The left side is used for movement, the right side is used for buttons. So I have dash on the left, a stick on the left and everything on the right is just buttons. So I have light, medium, heavy, tag, and then on RB and RT I have special 1 and special 2. Makes sense, right? So this is what I do. Anything else you can just pick and choose however you want it, right? Whatever's comfortable. Now that you know how the controls of the game work and you've properly set up your own controls, let's start talking about the system mechanics of the game. Break is the bailout option of the game. When you're stuck in a combo, you have the option of breaking out of it and reset to neutral. Break can be activated by pressing any of the 3 attack buttons, either of the 2 special buttons, and tag. I for example use light, tag, and S1, but you can choose whatever you want if you're comfortable with to just break out. Fury works exactly the same as break, however it only works once one of your characters is dead and buffs your point character for a set amount of time. At the top you can see the Fury gauge slowly depleting, and once it reaches 0, the buff is gone. When performing the same combo in Fury, you can see a big increase in damage compared to without the buff. The bar at the bottom refers to the super bar. Both your point and assist character have separate meter bars. Once your point character's bar reaches 1, you now have access to supers. Supers can be activated by pressing either of the 3 normal buttons and special. The exception to this being your ultimate super, which is activated by pressing S1 and S2 at the same time, and it costs you 3 bars of meter instead of just 1. However, in return you do a lot more damage than both of the other versions. Every character has 3 different assists. Regular by pressing the tag button by itself, holding back and pressing the tag button, and holding down and pressing the tag button if one of your 2 characters has died. Aside from that, you're also able to use your assist during block to push your opponent off of you. This can be pretty helpful to escape some powerful block strings and mix-ups. Next, let's talk about fuses. Fuses dictate the creative freedom your team is allowed to have. There are 6 different types of fuses. Double down, which is you combine super attacks with your assist. Freestyle, which is you handshake tag twice in one sequence. Sidekick, where your assist cannot be tagged to, however your point character has additional health and also gains a defensive bonus when they have about a third of their health remaining. And both the point and assist characters have a shared meter bar, meaning it's a lot easier to rack up tons of damage. Juggernaut, where you only fight as one character but have loads of buffs on them, which I'm going to list right here. And 2x assist, which lets you use your assist back to back. More creative choices for fuses are things like freestyle and 2x assist, since they let you do otherwise impossible combos and mix-ups. However, the choice is yours, it just depends on which playstyle you would like to play. If you have no clue which fuse to choose, I personally recommend to just play Double Down. It is incredibly simple and lets you focus on getting good with your team right away. And speaking of your team, let's now go over how to pick and choose your champions in 2x KO. In my opinion, the number one thing that matters when picking up a character is comfortability. Try out every character on the roster, so try out Vi, try out Darius, try out Blitzcrank, try out Illaoi, Ahri, whoever, and see if there's anybody that feels natural to you. Their buttons and actions just make sense to you, or they just have a game plan that you really favor and like. That's what I personally would recommend the most when first looking into characters. Another method is simply picking characters you just think are fun, or they look cool, or anything like they have like a visual appeal. Like for example, if you think Ahri's hot, go crazy, pick up Ahri because of that, you know? Just look around and play whoever you're drawn towards the most at first. And with that being said, thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I hope that helped you even a little bit to get started on your 2x KO journey. I'll be releasing more guides like this in the future, so make sure to check those out on my channel in due time. But for now, have a good one. Bye.